How often do you do things that you are afraid of?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now. We always are faced with things that frighten us. Not every day, but every year. Our life is filled with things that we encounter for the first time, or the first time in a long time, or something has changed about our life, and it is unsettling to us or frightening to us. And we want to talk about it in the context of our children and the fears that they face. But let's talk about us first. When we are afraid of a situation or a task or something, there's a saying that says, when you are afraid, it causes you to behave in ways that make your fears come true. Our natural instinct is to tighten up, to draw back, or to say things, use our words in a very negative or cautious or precarious situation. And so our fears can cause us to behave in such a ways that our fear is realized. We as parents must first train ourselves to address our fears, to overcome them, to manage the fear that we have, and not let it paralyze us, but also make it where it does not cause us to behave in those ways that make them come true. And that is a training process. And if fear is a huge part of your life, every day is filled with fears of things you face. That is something that needs help. Find someone who can help you manage that emotional response so that those things that which are a challenge to you are less of a challenge. For me personally, I hate conflict. I hate it. I am a conflict avoider because I have this underlying fear that I'm not enough, or that others that I may be in conflict with, that they will think faster than I do, and I will say the wrong thing, and I will make a mess of things. And so I've had to face that fear and learn ways to calm myself down and to enter into conflict whenever it is needed. And so some situations you have to work to resolve them. And other things that are unresolvable, we accept those. But most of our conflicts are resolvable. So how does this all relate to parenting? Our children are always doing something for the first time. Some children are much more fearful of failure, fearful of getting hurt, fearful of whatever it is that they're doing for the first time. I have an adult daughter who is now in her late 30s, and she's a fashion designer. In the process of her becoming, the fashion designer that she is today, she encountered a lot of different challenges. And I remember the first time that she cut out a pattern, it was frightening to her. And the first time that, she makes some of these art books as well. And the first time that she tore the paper like she wanted it torn for the book, she was frightened, and she had to overcome that. But I tell you what, the fear was escalated the first time she worked with fabric that was $100 a yard. And I remember her standing at the fabric with the scissors in her hand and hesitating because she was thinking, what if I mess this up? So no matter if our child is little bitty, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, or 12, or teenager or an adult, they have to face fears. And our job and our privilege is to help them learn to go, okay, how much risk is there with this sense of fear? And is there a way around it? And what can we do to minimize the amount of fear, to reassure yourself that you are actually doing the right thing? The very things that we learn to do with ourselves, we as parents must help our children to think through those questions about their own fears so that they can make progress in life and that they can become successful as adults. Whatever life purpose that they pursue, overcoming fears is so important. We do not want to let our fears cause us to behave in a way that make them come true. but we listen to our fears, learn from our fears, and move to an approach that minimizes the risk, that maximizes the opportunity. And sometimes we just have to charge in because we can't change a thing about it. This is Dr. Roger Smith, encouraging you to help your children recognize their fear, that which is real, that which is changeable, and that which is not.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.